Sitting here with Mr. Cool. What we got on the menu is a long period northwest swell. Super strange right now. It's 3 feet at 20 seconds, so giant period. Whenever this happens in Hawaii, it causes like the swell to rise really doubled up. It's overtaking the swell ahead of it, and there's long lulls, and then it'll look like calm and flat. Oh, it looks like 2 to 4 foot pipe. 45-minute lull, trick you, get you out there, and then a 10-foot mutated double up will roll in, full steamroll set. Rip current goes 0 to 10, backwash, so dangerous. So many people have been caught over the years by that trick. Big long period swell rolling in, you just looks calm and collected and like it's not big out there, and you get out there and a mega set comes. And then the swell will just go from those long waits, boom, it's just 10 foot nonstop. I don't know if that's gonna happen now before dark, but right now it's 3 foot 20 seconds. And so it has these huge lulls, like we're seeing now. You see that crowd out there. Sitting, bobbing along. Oh, there we go, captured him. And then you'll get a big old set rolling through. Ah, looks nice and friendly. Surge, look at those big lines though. Brewing out there.
There's a set, just
see those big lines rolling in. Oh. No, someone's going. They're pulling in. Oh, it's a closeout.
oh.
We got an easy rider. Oh my gosh, look at this wave. Oh.
One's gonna go and make it.
Sketchy. No, I was. Look at that current. Just like I said. Current 0 to 10. Cranking current. Holy smokes. Paddle! Buddy, show everyone your little necklace. What? Got your little scarves on. Buddy got into a fight with a dog and got bit on his neck pretty bad, so he's got some big cuts healing up. We had to bandage him up. You should see the other guy. And Buddy doesn't seem to mind his little scarf at all. I'm loving it. Yeah, you're loving it, huh, big guy? Oh, big tough guy. Go! Oh my gosh! No, he fell? What happened, Ivan? What?
Hey, was that you?
Oh, heavy one.
It wasn't a walk, it wasn't a photographer. See that?
Holy smokes, it's heavy out there.
Like this kind of sand set up, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, no way. Oh, what?
Oh my God.
This wave right now.
Oh,
Holy smokes, go.
oh, that was a good day.
Back to the day.
Yo.
Oh,
To
look
the
at
day.
Godfrey.
girl.
Yeah, Lucas. That was pretty mental.
Wow. Oh, who's that? Nobody.
Yikes.
Spinner.
It's just so pretty right now, and that's the only reason I'm like wishing I was out there.
That's what I said like 10 minutes ago. Should have just set up the tripod of the handy cam and left it and you guys run.
Look at this double up. Maddox. Oh,
Right.
dude, those will just.
Out there right now.
Oh my gosh. No, you're too wide.
So wet. Oh, connect this thing. Hop over and connect it. Hop over. Go, 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 go. Oh, you blew it. That thing all in the sandbar. Oh.
Double up, double up. Oh, that thing is weird, eh?
Number
Look at this, the
three.
size of the set.
Look at Deke. This is the biggest wave of the day.
Oh my God.
Deke's going.
Go.
Nope.
Frontside guy.
Healy. Is that Healy?
Koa Smith, maybe.
Here you go.
It's Koa Smith.
It wasn't that
Here
deep.
you go.
No.
Oh my.
Here you go.
Oh my. That was the craziest drop.
No, that was Kalani. Kalani Rivero. That was crazy.
That was heavy.
That drop was so gnarly.
Here's one, this one.
By the way, nailed the iPhone clip.
Nailed it. Kalani Rivero on the nutsest one.
iPhone clip should be worth $5.
Yep.
Post it now though, you can be the first one. Oh.
Joey.
Good thing about posting it is it's not gonna get any more crowded.
Yeah. Feel free to post. Day of. Dude, that was gnarly. Wow. Next day, east winds. Pipes pumping. Who's this? Oh, that's Ivan. It's already out there, guys. Snuck out. Hey, whoa. Mr. Cool freaking sneaks out. What a snoob. Paddle, 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 not gonna get it. Paddle, 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 not gonna get it. Oh, Nugtown. This guy's going out. Somebody go. Oh, close out. Wow, some nice waves coming in. This guy's going out. Gonna ride my 6.6. Might do the tail mount, Looks pretty good for it. Holy shit, look at this. Oh my gosh. Whoa, steady hand. So basically just walking down, and not going to go all the way to back door and use the current, which is what most people do. Just jump in right at gums. There's an outgoing current here, can pull you out. I ended up going with the bite mount instead of the tail mount. You can see I timed it so well I teleported out. I think I timed this paddle out pretty well. I just didn't record it to save battery on the GoPro. And then starting my watch activity there, which is like a surf activity. Shows heart rate, calorie burn, distance, and speed, time of day. I like that stuff because I eventually want to get a sick barrel shot with my live heart rate in the barrel. I think that would be really cool. But other than that, I just like seeing the data after the sessions. The only thing with paddling out where I just did is about a 200 meter paddle out to the lineup from gums, which isn't bad. I think in the end you do save paddling if you were to do the normal jump in versus where I just jumped in. It's just a quicker shortcut. You don't end up doing the whole sweep in front of the reef where you would start at back door and end at gums and then get pulled out. Most people do that. We learned that we can just shoot out at Aokai a lot quicker. Getting closer to the line, you see a big second reef set just rolled through. This morning, it was really clean in the morning, nice east wind. Almost as soon as I hit the water, the wind turned a little bit more north, which was annoying, and the second reef set started to flow a lot more, which I don't mind the second reef sets. It's something that clears the lineup. A lot of people don't want to sit on the good part of the reef where the good waves are if there's second reef sets because you're going to have to duck dive them. But this day was kind of weird and consistently doing it, so the crowd was able to sit in there at times. But overall, a pretty uncrowded morning out at Pipe. You'll notice I kind of just paddle along outside the lineup to my position where I like to sit at Pipe, and that's something that took me easily, that's Travis Smith there, maybe 15 years to be able to do that. And just paddle back to, you'll see Ivan and Eli sitting there. It's just something that takes a lot of time to earn that priority position out there, and be able to sit there and surf from there, right? To be real deep at Pipe and in a position to catch waves at back door. Actively hunting here. Pipe's such a big playing field, it's pretty tough to position. You could easily be 10 foot too deep or 10 foot too outside, or even just a few feet. It's one of the easiest waves in the world to do that because the playing field is large. You'll have reefs come in 50 feet, or waves come in 50 feet away that are great waves. They're on the wide bowl, but you're sitting deep and you're just not in position for them. And so you'll see, with a lot of these videos, tons of head movement, tons of observing, looking around, reading the ocean, looking at what other people are doing, and if they're going to be in your way to chase down a set. And certain times the angle of the waves coming in, once you've surfed Pipe for a really long time, they'll betray what that third, fourth, fifth wave you can't see yet is going to do. So sometimes you can sense, hey, I think there's a wide bowl right coming, just based off the way the ocean's moving about a minute before. And classic Pipe right there, just paddling over Ivan's legs. Do that a lot out here. It's just such a condensed lineup. Eli also taking off, going on a wave. I was yelling to support him. It's something I like to do. I like to hear it if I'm paddling for a wave, someone confirming, "Go Nathan," and then I believe that others like to hear it when they're paddling for a wave. So Ivan in my way again. He loves to just sit by me, sit a little too close to me, and then turn around and go on the best one when it comes. But back to what I was saying. The Pipe lineup. You'll see the best guys out there are the guys that can read what wave's going to come in 2, 3, 4 minutes later. And guys like Jamie and John, they'll see the forerunners of a set and kind of like get a sense of where that next wave is going to be. And with that knowledge, like paddle low-key kind of position themselves for what they think is going to come a few minutes later. So it's really a long learned talent that forms, and some are better than others at it. Probably a skill you could work on, but at the end of the day, it comes just with surfing pipeline or any wave in the ocean a lot. Just being in the ocean a lot and seeing waves and how they wrap reefs. This is something like that takes a lot of time, but you will eventually get a great sense for it. You can see now, like on the video, you can see how that wave looks like a big triangle, big teepee. It's kind of the energy is dipping a bit, and it's starting to look like some big rights are coming through. And when you see those big triangle teepees out at pipe, you know it's going to be a big left and a big right, and so you can see I'm actively starting to look right, whereas before I was just only really looking left. There just wasn't much opportunity. It was long west stretch lines, and so it was kind of closing out a backdoor and off the wall, and now it's starting to form up, and just me getting out of the way there of somebody. Duck diving, big believer in the duck dive, not tossing my board with people unless, well, hopefully never, but the only time I really bail the board is if I'm actually being directly impacted by the lip, and if I'm being impacted by the lip, then I'm probably not in anyone's way. Hopefully they're in the barrel, and that's the situation. Great example of cleanup set here. You can see like wide and to the right the dangers of sitting inside. Occasionally these wide sets roll through and just demolish that whole inside crew. I don't like seeing anyone getting too worked, but as long as everyone's okay, I don't mind seeing them get smoked in there, because it kind of drives them to sit a little further out, because a lot of times they end up in the way and they end up disturbing the face of a really good wave because they end up duck diving through it and causing a lot of turbulence. So I'm like, nice reminder to nice of pipe to remind them to move out a bit. And here I'm just duck diving in that inner zone. I told you people don't like to sit. This is the price you pay. There's a reason. I'm trying to get out of the way of people in front of me. You don't know how far the whitewater carries them. And you can see right there, I just double scooped my board. Probably hard to tell, but on these big ones, I'll do a double scoop, meaning I push my board down like a push-up, scoop water, and then when my chest hits my board, I scoop again, try to just get maximum depth so I don't get pulled in too far, because sitting in this area, if you get pulled in far enough, these whitewater double-ups can just wreck you. First wave of the session here. Taking a look, someone's paddling. Looks like a grom. I have priority in deeper position. I'm going. Drop was a little steep and it had these weird warbles in it. So right here I did this strange no hand pump thing. And I got really lucky there because the wave spit as I went into that section and it flattened the foam ball. I think it was probably a little too deep for a second, and then that spit smushed the foam ball down and kind of paved the path for me. So that was a pretty fun wave. Because they had those weird warbles, which are kind of interesting to navigate.
That's a good shot.
Guys there, paddle! Oh, that is crazy! Yeah, that's a nug. Huh? I thought you might get the coast and then it just backed off.
classic wide bull set. Everyone's kind of chasing it down, but also trying to like stay the deepest guy. So it's like you're like technically trying to paddle for this thing. I thought being backside, I was too deep. I told Ivan to go right there. He was frontside and just kind of a little bit better position than me. At this point, I was probably waiting for a specific wave and had gotten a good left. So go ahead, take that one, Ivan. He'd probably not been his turn to go, but I just decided not what I was looking for. It was a little on the other side of the bend. A lot of those wide ones turn out to sea and backside. That's a lot harder to navigate than frontside. You can easily turn up. I think Ivan got a nice wave, but nothing special. See where that guy just took off is like this area people sit, and it's a really irritating area. There's really only a few guys that I would say have should be allowed to sit out there, and those are the guys like before my generation, Flynn, Novak, and Kalani Chapman, and there's just a few guys that sit out there that deserve to be out there. Mikey Bruno, and these sometimes people paddle out there on a bigger board, like just new people have never seen surf pipe before, and they decide, oh, I'm not going to sit in the pit with the rest of the guys on the first reef because I probably don't have the talent to make the drop in there. I'm going to go and try to coast in behind them and hopefully like no one drops in on me. It's just like super irritating because you'll see a guy and you don't want to burn them, but it puts everyone in a dangerous situation because it's not one of the boys, and you're like, hey, you don't deserve to be on this wave. And yeah, I don't know, it's a weird thing, it's an annoying thing that goes on out there. Just kind of like funny pipe politics stuff. I've seen a lot of those guys run into trouble eventually. Flynn or someone will tell them like, hey, don't do that again, look around, look who you're sitting with. Like, this is kind of reserved for the guys that spend a lifetime at pipe and put the time in and deserve to get the coast in and be riding, rolling, getting the big good barrels that those waves provide. And when they miss it, like, we're all there on the first reef to take the steep part of the drop. And so I've seen a lot of those guys definitely get a talking to by the older guys for just going straight out there and not doing the normal way of, learning pipe from that inside all the way over to the deep part, which takes a long time, and you learn the reef and you learn where to sit out of the way of people's ride and what part of the reefs are dangerous. And there's just so many more injuries at pipe these days because of that kind of stuff happening and positioning being thrown off and all kinds of weirdness. Pipe is just a dangerous wave in general, as you'll see later in this video. I get into a situation where probably my worst injury ever at pipe goes down, and it's a dangerous wave, but there's factors that can be avoided that cause it to be more dangerous for sure.
What is it? Yeah.
Just a classic little too late for the party kind of drop. Just pencil dive my feet, boop, straight out the back. Successful. Sometimes it goes that way, sometimes it doesn't. That time it did. I was able to get out the back and kind of grab my board quickly, and annoying because it was probably a good way, but it just ledged out under me. So at this point, I got a make and I got a fall. I got a 50-50 odds. Just barely made it under that next one, which would have been a nightmare because you're gonna have to do the whole trip around, and that trip is just it's more of an annoyance than anything, but definitely not fun because you could end up getting stuck and just pounded at gums and in the current. You see guys are actually starting to go right here, so time to hunt for one of those.
It's like almost doing it. It's getting closer. Strange. much. You had a nice wave on the last throw.
Oh, yeah, it was fun, yeah.
Good job.
I think it was a little...
That day was tough. It was like this, a lot of wind. Just want one clean one. I just want a clean one, but
Basically just one of those moments out there where it was like I don't even know how many waves it was, maybe 8 wave set, and so I'm like, okay, there's gonna be 3 waves here, normal cleanup set, start scratching, double scoop duck dives, whole deal, and it just does not stop. You can see there's just one right behind. Okay, no worries, take this one on, look for a boil, duck dive off the side of the boil, get more depth, double scoop duck dive, boom boom. Got kind of pulled back, start to get pulled away. Ivan's starting to head for the channel. I'm now on that part where it's pulling onto the inside ledge reef. Get this big double up here, big surge. I'm like, damn, okay, that's 4 or 5 and it's still coming. I'm still fighting this big surge. Like, this whole set was surging towards the beach. I'm just on the cusp of getting fully caught. Still battling. One wave after another. I can maintain a paddle pace like this for a long time, but these just start to get like, it's more nerve-wracking because you don't want to get pulled onto that first reef. I'm right in between right now, and so it's kind of a constant battle. And when they start to swing wide like these are, like, you have to go back towards off the wall, and so you're further and further away from the channel. And if then they swing back deep, you end up in the impact of like the main bowl. And as you can see, pretty much right there. Double scoop duck dive, burp, burp. Starting to get less effective. My arm's fatigued. Starting to get hit by the big foils. Now no one's around me anymore. You can see they all made it to the channel. I'm just like getting pushed all the way in. So I guess you pay to sit on that inside zone, but as you'll see shortly, it pays off. And just turned last second and caught one to the channel because I did not want to be in that impact zone anymore. Small west set, I just got out of there. Rode to the side, reset, get back out there. Nice little reset back on the horse. This way was funny, it had like backwash on the drop, so I just opted to do the no grab kind of kickstall airdrop. Tricky backside, but when you nail them, they're fun, and it calls for like a pretty fun little ride. Little deep end section foam ball. But yeah, like backside no grab drops can be real tricky. You'll see Kelly do really sick ones. Backwash negotiation there. Into a little bonus round at the sandbar, but yeah, guys like Kelly and John are really good at those, really stylish at those. Cool window style. That was a tiny one, but yeah.
no, was it good?
That was a super crazy double up. I almost had it. If I had gone deeper, I think I would have been able to get behind that lump. But sometimes those things come in at pipe and they're honestly get as thick as a chopes wave. It's sick to ride them if you can get in early, but usually the drops are like pretty unmakeable if you were in the position I was in. Pretty much finally got the right I was looking for. Sun came out, always cleans up conditions, but once I pulled in, I thought, no way I'm making this. And you could see that I did like these 3 weird foam ball hops. Like, in my head, I'm like, no way I'm making this, but at the same time, you're always still trying. And so like I kept getting hit by the foam ball and then bouncing off of it and continuing forward, and then I just ended up like straight up and just in foam blindly. I couldn't see, but I was still moving forward, and I'm like, where am I in this barrel right now? Like I thought I was going to be knocked off way back there, and then all of a sudden the foam clears and it just like literally just like barfed me out. So those are super fun. Always the times you think, I don't really think I'm going to make it, but I'm going to try. Those are the funnest ways. And this right, I was super stoked to get this one because it's kind of the best of the session so far, and the right I had been hunting probably now actively for like 2 hours. Of course, with the good comes the bad, and kicked right out into this thing. And you just see how shallow it is over there. This day is particularly super shallow on that side. And I know I say duck dive all the time, but in the cases where it's landing directly on you, that's exactly what happened there.
Whoa! Sketchy!
Dawn sesh done. Me and Mr. Cool. Ivan was out, the real true dawn. I paddled out a little after. Crazy strong winds. It's like so super choppy and super long periods, hard to get in. So made for some interesting drops. Got I think the first 2 hours of the session I was 1 make, 2 wipeouts. So the ratio wasn't that good, and then it shifted again. A lot of guys kind of went in and Swell dropped. Like at one point it was peaking with energy, and it was just literally non-stop cleanup sets. Like I couldn't get. At one point I swear there was a 15 wave set, and I kept getting surge, and I just couldn't. I was just going nowhere. I couldn't make it out. And then after that it just died. Like the energy dropped off a ton. Those big teepees that were going out to sea, most of the waves were like clamping, just started turning these big rights, and I ended up getting like a couple sick rights. So a successful first session of the day. Time to drink some caffeine, eat some freaking fuel, call our friend Koa, who I kept thinking I was gonna see him paddle out, and he just didn't. So I don't know what he's doing. He's maybe stuck in that waiting, watching mode. Sometimes he just gets stuck there and convince yourself of things. So you're like, is it good? I don't know. I've seen most of the ends. Sometimes it's like, I'll just get out there. It's going off. Ivan just jumped back out, downloading some GoPro clips, jumping in the water, gonna use the tail mount. Koa got a crazy one. We're just talking about the guy. Paddles out there right when I went in, scores that epic, gets a psycho on. He's back on the horse. I think that's his first great pipe wave since his head injury, so it's good to see him back in the mix, because sometimes those are hard to overcome. But I'm gonna get back out there and get a session in with my boys. So I go back out and got the tail mount set up. I used it on a gun in Fiji and it looked insane, and so I was really curious to test it out at pipe, and the angle looks great, the GoPro is great. I was worried it was going to get ripped off if I fell, but I was willing to risk it because I just felt like one good shot would make it worth it. And And here I got my first wave, and you can see that it was, like, it looked great. If I had gotten a barrel, it was gonna be really cool shot. But what ends up happening is I go off the wall and I straighten out and jump off, and as soon as I jumped off, I landed on a rock in my feet, and I was totally fine. I popped up, and my leash breaks, like right during the jump off, my leash breaks, and so the board comes up like 20 feet away from me. And then while you're watching this, I'm getting pulled back, and this next wave is coming, and this next wave that hits the board, I had been outside still in the impact zone. It was like this weird whitewater double up, and it basically just, I went to starfish out in the whitewater, and so it would move me in, and there was a big boulder right below the surface, and it just picked me up, and I started to gain momentum going in this big whitewater double up, and it spun me, and my hands were out, and they missed the rock, and I just went face first into the rock, and I didn't knock out, but I got super dazed, and I knew I was cut. And I was like, oh, I'm real dizzy. Like, I just got to focus. I'm swimming in at that point. You know, I didn't fall in a wave. No, nothing crazy. I was just kind of shocked that the hit happened like that. I had just been swimming in. My leash had just broken, which was very scary because if I had knocked out, I would have not been attached to it. So wearing flotation is going to become a lot more important to me, especially at pipe. And luckily, the lifeguard was driving by right when I got in. Chris, North Shore Lifeguard Association. I ran up to beach. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to get some stitches," and that was the end of my day, the end of my pipe day. Very exciting day.
Fuck. Nate hit the bottom on his face. Shit.
So, self-patch here. The lifeguards betadined it. I'm gonna go to the doctors and get some stitches on it. This is my situation. I had my tail cam prepared for glory. Leash pulled through the tail. For whatever reason, I thought that might have broken. It didn't break there. It broke here. Somehow, like, I don't know if it got caught in a rock. There's so much rock over there. Some blood on the board. And then the second wave, I started to swim in. The second wave was a whitewatery thing. I just went under it, and then usually I have a pretty good sense of where the bottom is. Like, it was just, there was a rock where it shouldn't have been. The rock freaking attacked me. Literally, like, got pushed forward, high, fast momentum, and there was just a rock right in front of my face, and boom, got like pretty rocked. Didn't knock out, but like, whoa, that was a hard hit. And then I was like, oh, guaranteed cut, and I felt a little hole. And so, yeah, Ivan was gonna be my ride. He's just decided he's gonna stay out surfing, so I'm just gonna go on my own to the doctor's. Epic day otherwise. Second session, not so epic. Didn't really get a good wave at all. It was just this crazy long lull. I knew it was going to pump again. Of course, now it's just pumping again, but can't win them all. Got some good barrels in the morning. Watched my friend Koa, who hit his head 3 weeks ago, make his redemption session and get a really good wave, and so that was awesome. And then Ivan's still out there getting some tubes, so good day with some bad moments. And that's all I got. We'll see you in the next one. And Zord is snowboarding, so just solo cam today, I guess. So, a little bit of swelling, damage, 9 stitches along that cut of the down. Didn't close this one, just left it to heal. Little cut behind the jaw. Not too bad. Closed it up. Lady did a great job. Nice small stitching. And so all good. Just takes the face heals quickly. So looking at a week. And then I'll be back in the water, take the stitches out. Epic day. Final, possibly the last swell at pipe, but you're gonna have to consult Koa on that because he's the last swell expert. And if that closes our winter out, it was an epic one, and we'll probably be getting on the road soon, which is also very exciting. Out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Nearly at 500k subs. We gotta get there. And this freaking new tour, Slab Tour, the Score Tour, is about to begin for 2024. Stay tuned.